I just wanted to show you some beautiful scenery before I begin your oracle reading. I absolutely love it out here. Any open fields, really. We were expecting some storms today, but they seem to be all around us. Look at that spot. I don't know if you're a UFO lover, but that's fun looking to me. Some more Texas sky for you. I really appreciate you letting me do this reading for you today. I'm going to venture more closely to the house here in a moment, but I hope that you enjoyed the scenery. Like I said, I love it out here so much. And I'm really looking forward to pulling some cards for you. Hello there! Happy birthday to you! I feel super stoked to be able to do a surprise birthday reading for you. That just makes my heart happy. I know that, or I hope that whenever you receive this, you'll be smiling too. So I have moved closer to the house, but there still is a lot of beautiful flowering up here too. And the storms are moving in, so we'll just be out here as long as we can. I am going to use 3 different oracle decks for you today. The first deck is from Kyle Gray, the Angel Guide Oracle. And I love these cards because they're, they all have like 1 or 2 words on them. And then the imagery. So it's, I don't know. I guess lately I've been enjoying the cards that provide a little bit more freedom in the answer, because I'm still learning where to look on this camera. Because things are changing so quickly, you know, and I like the information that's able to come through in these readings to be something that can move right along with you, not anything that you feel fixated on. You know, whatever comes through in the cards is not this finite pinpoint of something. They are all suggestions, options, ways to move. There have even, and I don't know, like I'm assuming this information is coming out of me right now because maybe it's something that you have been asking or wanting or needing to hear. But there were times when, like in the last couple of years, you know, my life has undergone a lot of change. I've left a business, I've left a friendship, I've left a marriage. Practically like my entire life that I had created for the last 10 years it's not there anymore. And I'm in this new phase and chapter, and it's all stuff that was like actively and deliberately chosen by me, but I didn't realize that like saying goodbye to one thing meant saying goodbye to everything. But that's the thing when we take leaps of faith, like we don't know what lies on the other side, and there's always going to be some good that comes with that, and there's always going to be some things that are a little bit more challenging. So let me take a drink and catch my breath. So my point in sharing that is I remember pulling cards during the midst of some really, you know, like the heaviest of the heavy times, even if I didn't know that that's what they were when I was in them. And some very like reoccurring messages coming through that were not good, you know, and definitely made me paranoid and definitely made me attach some ideas to certain things, when really looking back, the cards were accurate, but I was misplacing the information that it was telling me. And maybe not entirely, you know, like it's hard to also reflect upon the past because you're doing the best you can in that moment, you know, and then when you're looking back at it, it's easy to say something one way or another, but the information looks and feels differently at that time, you know. So I hope that this information is relevant to you and I'm not just rambling about myself. It feels like it might be. So my point is, whatever messages that you've been receiving or whatever messages may come through today, wear them loosely, let them guide you, but don't fixate on anything being the one answer, because there's always something going on behind the scenes that we are unaware of, and we just have to, you know, play the hand in front of us and trust the journey of whatever comes after that. So I hope that feeds your heart in some way. The other two oracle decks that I'm going to use are Queen of the Moon Oracle and Archangel Michael Oracle. Okay, so I'm going to pull from Kyle Gray's deck first. For your birthday, I'm going to pull for what's here and what's coming. And I pull one card from each deck for each category. There's a little bee flying around me. All right, so the first deck, or the first row of cards is what's here. The first card is Healing Energy. I love that. Look at how naturally her wings blend in with all of that green. Oh, it's so pretty. Healing Energy. Total, it's like a total heart chakra. And then I feel like throat, third eye, crown activation. Definitely here. Definitely. And then the next card from Queen of the Moon Oracle is Assessing. It's the first quarter moon, number 9. And the last card is Believe and Trust. Before going to sleep tonight, there's a little bee flying around, so you might want to look up bee symbolism also. Before going to sleep tonight, say, Archangel Michael, please enter my dreams and replace fear with faith and trust. Let me be filled with strength and courage and confidence. So what comes up for me when I look at these 3 cards together is a reminder for you that if there have been some heavier thoughts coming through, if there have been some maybe judgments towards self, or it could show up as a feeling of like being lost, or it could show up also as turmoil. You know, there's just a lot of suffering. It can feel dark at times, and other times it's lighter to bear, and it's not that it's there every day, but it's these little pockets of feelings that show up that contain some of that experience about like, where am I? What am I doing? What's going on here? Kind of thing. The message coming through is to to trust, again, I guess this is part of the thread for you in this reading, is that there are events going on behind the scenes, and you have to trust that, so when those pockets show up, trust that is more of a healing that's happening for you, and those circumstances are rising so that you can have awareness that they're there and look at them and understand them and begin to not absorb them into your identity as much, because maybe there's some things that you've been struggling with for long periods of time, and these little pockets are kind of a reflection of whatever that experience has been. But these experiences coming so closely to the surface are them working themselves up and out in a different way. And it's not that they're going to go away and be gone forever, because that's not how things in this lifetime work. But you'll begin to engage with them differently, and that's what's important, because it kind of is almost the, like mountain or hill or bump in the road that you've been trying to find a way around for some time. And as I'm saying this, like, there's so much that feels relevant in that way in my own life. So, okay, I had to relook it. Like, the mower sounds were just getting closer and closer and closer for us. And then my phone fell, so I was like, I'll take that as my cue. Anyways, the healing energy card, throat chakra, heart chakra, throat chakra, third eye, assessing. Really just, she, in the hot air balloon, she's the observer, like she's watching, she's looking, she's taking it in. I think there's also a piece about being able to disconnect and not being in emotional overwhelm about whatever is going on, but being able to look at it from this objective place. And I know, like, that's not always our easiest, most immediate reaction, to just be like, and I'm objective, we're humans, we have feelings about things. So give yourself a grace period to, like, be in the feelings of it as long as you need to, and then know that, like, you have to come out of that at some point and look at it from different angles, because it doesn't serve anyone to just have, that singular perspective. And if you are fixated on it, then you're likely more interested than, like, being right about the situation than you are about finding harmony or peace in it. And again, like, that applies to plenty of things in my own life too, as usually, like, what comes out of here is that way, because we're all in a collective experience and we're on our own wavelengths, but we have similar vibrations. The last card, believe and trust. I don't know. I love that. I like that. I'll read this again. Before going to sleep tonight, say, Archangel Michael, please enter my dreams and replace fear with faith and trust. Let me be filled with strength, courage, and confidence. I love this imagery, number one. I've been playing with digital art and, like, making things like that. I love that dreamy, very childlike energy right now. It's soothing, and that actually came up. Laurelyn and I did a call the other day, and we pulled some cards, and it was all solar plexus energy and about tuning into that inner child and being playful and letting those energies find you. But my favorite thing about this card is that it talks about sleep, because I think right now that's where some of our greatest work can be done, is in our sleep. And so asking Archangel Michael or whomever you want to call on that's from higher realms to come and help you heal and work through whatever it is that may be coming up as you sleep. That, I don't know, sometimes it is challenging for me, because the dreams, and this looks different for everybody. Our dreamlands are different. None of them are the same. So this is my experience. But there was, like, all last week, dreams, intense dreams, like uncomfortable feeling dreams, and them feeling so real. And when you wake up, like, those feelings linger with you, not very uncomfortable dreams. But I imagine those as some kind of energetic surgery that's happening, that is beyond the realm of what I can see. And it does, like, I do feel things working themselves out, because, like, something will happen in the dream, something will happen in my waking life to kind of trigger some of the experience, and it's like the opportunity to work through it in real time. Now, that's not always the case, but like it just all feels connected and related. So I will say that I was laughing because I didn't realize it, but I think my guides heard me, because I had said that last weekend about the dreams and like working energy healing out in another reading that I did. And then all last week I had those dreams, different ones, different emotions, but all just a little too uncomfortable that many days in a row. And then the last 2 nights, I haven't remembered my dreams at all. They haven't stuck with me. And I woke up saying thank you, because my partner Jesse and I and Sawyer, when he's here, we always talk about like, what did you dream about last night? And I haven't been able to remember, and it's been a relief to me, because I've had quite the week of dream surgery. So just know, and I don't want to make that afraid. It wasn't anything terrible, but it was just like my brain was like, okay, I could use a break from these dreams now, please. And then it happened for me. But, you know, I do think that collectively us humans have, there's been an intensified and condensed energy of us working on the shit of ourselves and of the culture that we've created. And you know, that still is a level of work that we're all becoming accustomed to, because previously, before the pandemic, and it's not that the pandemic, it brought a lot with it, but it was also like time, you know, the energy of the time that needed to happen. It was inevitable that it was going to happen in one way, shape, or form. And before this, I think we got to kind of like, to some degree, pick and choose what we worked on, or what we saw, or what we didn't see, or what we, you know, wanted to heal, or what we didn't. And now it's kind of like, no, like it's coming up and you can't stop it, and you're going to look this shit in the face, and you're going to figure it out, or you're going to surrender it, or you're going to heal, or whatever it may be. So it is just give yourself a break is my point, because it is that way right now, you know, and that's okay. We need this to move things along at a faster pace, because there's just too many injustices for too long, you know, that haven't been brought to the light, you know. So, but that happens with us internally as individuals as well as collectively. And so I think more than anything, we've all been like, the mirror has been turned and been like, no, really look at yourself. Really be honest about who you are and how you show up and what you commit to and what you don't, and how you feel about that and what that means, and like all of that, you know, like it's here, you know. And so there's like a reconciling, a forgiving that's happening as we're coming back into ourselves. So what's here now, there is a healing taking place. It is sweeping through you in ways that you can't even fathom, and you can kind of lean into that a little bit more with your dreams. I'll send you a picture of this prayer card so that you can use it, because it is an actual prayer at the bottom. Make sure that you're like detaching from the intense emotional attachments that may form through some of what's coming up, and be an objective observer some of the time. You can gather more information that way, and then use your dreamscapes to connect with your guides, you know, and allow for a little more processing. Okay, and then what's coming? Excuse me. Courage and bravery. The unexpected. How interesting. Look at that. Ooh, I feel so much energy in that card. Give me chills. And then this says, the person you're asking about is trustworthy. Thank you for helping me have faith so I can open my heart wider in my relationships. I am grateful for your protection, ensuring that only trustworthy people are in my life. Okay, so I'm really curious about this, because it's like, it's what's coming, and this makes me feel like courage and bravery in the sense of vulnerability. It's making, like, this whole series is making me want to cry. It's having to venture into the places where, like, you've had that armor on and you had the protection up, and it's time to peel it away slowly, and that requires so much courage and bravery. Oh, I so resonate with that. I know this reading isn't for me, but again, like, those synchronicities come through. And then this card, so, I mean, the series does make me think, like, it's either about you and a romantic partner or about you and a friendship that's been, like, weighing on your heart. And then all of the energy around that, and it being the unexpected, I think that says something too, like, don't think that what you've been thinking is going to happen, because that's not what's going to happen. And I guess if that message, that keeps showing up, there's always things going on behind the scenes. Things are being worked on behind the scenes. Then you kind of have to let go and trust here too. So that even that courage and bravery card also makes me think just about that courage and bravery card makes me think, especially paired with the series before, just about surrendering, and really leaning into what you don't know, what you don't know that's there, because it could be just what you've been looking for, and you don't have to get stuck on, like, needing to figure it out or having to come up with a solution, because I do think a lot of what's going on right now, even with that Neptune going in retrograde and, like, some of those filters of illusions being lifted right now, is just we're waiting and seeing how things are going to unfold. And that doesn't mean there aren't places to take action right now, because there always are. On a daily basis, there are small movements we can always make, but wow. But on a larger scale, if you're looking for some kind of finite answer that is the solution to something, it's just not here yet. It hasn't arrived. It hasn't been birthed into being. And the last card, the person you're asking about is trustworthy. So I feel like whatever this row is about, whenever you saw that card of the people, two women together, it made you think of someone. Maybe when you saw that card of the two women together, it made you think of someone. And I feel like that, or if there's been someone on your mind specifically throughout this reading, like, that's the person. Or it could be somebody that you've been wondering, like, can I really trust this person? But just in alignment with those other cards of the being vulnerable and surrendering, it does make me feel like this is more of a testament to like a surrendering that needs to happen on your part, and leaning more into vulnerability. Okay, I hope that you've enjoyed this reading. And the happiest of birthdays to you. I imagine and I can see you just opening your heart and surrendering into places that have been challenging for you too, and really just having miracles and blessings and gifts and revelations rain down upon you for doing so. So be brave, tap into your courage. You can do it, and there is a significant light on the other side. Okay, I am here if you ever need another reading. You can message me anytime, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.